We fucking lied,
Tails
bro.
Tails is 0-3. No, okay, I'll record it. I'll just say that one didn't happen, and I'll record it. Hold on.
Damn, you scammer.
Okay, now it was Tails. Now it was Tails.
Oh my god, I told you mid chooses who gets it.
Mid chooses who gets
No,
it. All right.
technically Max chose who gets it there. That was not on me.
Why was it not on you?
Because you told me, I said it was heads, and you said you're cheating, so I recorded it the second time I did it, because I didn't record it the first time.
Alright, sounds good. Great. Well,
I'm gonna post it so that they can see it.
Yeah, there's a bot they had in Articuno where you could just flip it in.
I know, and we just don't have a bot, yeah.
Oh, wait, that's easy. Watch this.
Well, get me that bot then.
Okay, easy.
And then I can stop having to do this.
Yeah, you could flip a coin by just saying /flip. Or something.
Max.
Yeah.
Is Articuno League server still a thing, by the way? Thoughts?
Yeah, the server is still a thing.
I think you might have to invite me.
Okay. No problem.
Can you put me in?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, see, now you can start streams soon.
I think you already started stream.
I already did, yeah.
What? Holy crap.
You did already start stream.
Oh, wait, I should go get my iPad so I can look at chat.
Thing I've ever seen.
This guy.
Mid told me it was okay.
This guy. I did say it was okay.
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 You should tell Popsci to add a coin flip tracker and see who.
I was gonna say that actually. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Because right now it's 2 heads, 1 tails. Yeah, see, that's not right. See, I don't know. There's one game that didn't get a coin flip because there's been 4 games.
Yeah, I think it was our first one, right?
No, I did the first. No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It was the last one. It was secret.
Yeah.
Max, was it the bot that just told you the coin flip?
Yeah, you just did like /flip or /coin flip.
But it wouldn't show anything, right?
No, it would just, the bot would come up and say like.
Oh, hell no. I'm getting something better.
Yeah, it just tells you. Oh fuck, I just accidentally hit report message on the coin flip.
I'm guessing that is...
That is Slim. Ultra Swole is Mystic /creamer.gg is his actual IGN.
Yeah, Cavalry is Cavalry, Emotional Aid is Aid, Ultra Swole is...
Oh.
Galaxy is Galaxy.
Is that Creamer?
Ultra Swole is Creamer, yeah.
Yeah, Ultra Swole is Creamer.
Is Slim. Okay, well, since we're waiting for the 5th for Midnight Greafers, what do you guys think of this matchup? I want to hear it from both of you.
Not me first. I'm doing something.
Mid. Okay. I'll just say, I think it's probably gonna be Shiggy Wiggy favored. I think they're one of the favorites for the whole league. They've got a strong team who has placed within that top 17th range before. That is disallowed, just not last year, which is why they're allowed to compete in the league. But they only played a month or 2 last year and didn't compete super hard. So I think that they definitely have a good shot in this league could be one of the favorites, along with Secret Tech and Arson, are my big three. But Midnight Griefers are also very solid. Could see them definitely compete, not like a bottom tier team of the league.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, what do you think the score is going to be at the end of this one? Not points. I mean, like 3-0, 3-1,
I think
2-2.
it's going to be 3-1 to Shiggy Wiggy. That's my prediction.
Okay.
I think Midnight can definitely take a game. And, if you can take a game, you can take the set. It's just, you need to actually do it. But yeah, I think we'll see them take a game. Sir. Okay. Looks like there's some problem with the logins for Midnight Griefers, saying that they get kicked out when they try and log in.
Oh, it's that issue.
So I don't know exactly what to say about that, but their fifth player is just unfortunately getting kicked out of the game.
Yeah, I don't remember how that's fixed, I'm gonna be honest. Have they downloaded the update?
Oh, that's a good question.
Pussy old me, only me.
Who said that?
Look at your game.
Beyond me, only me. Oh, I see it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and we have
I know.
Blissey here with the huge armor result. Yeah, that would be fucking funny. I might cry. Okay, well. That's great, man. I'm glad you're gonna cry.
Man, I'm not gonna be able to cast a single set.
Make sure not to mute when you cry. I want to hear it on the stream.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Go on.
No, I said I might cry.
So, would there anything that I could do that would increase the odds?
Yeah, probably.
What's that?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you.
Why not? Come on.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Come on, tell me. Yeah, it looks like they're clearing cache in the process of that. See, so it'll might take a minute. What? Oh, they're doing all their names backwards. They're starting to do 9 plus 10 equals 21.
Nice, good name.
Yeah, this is actually the best fucking patch. Holy shit.
Pick as Trickstar.
Trickstar? That's, I think that's
Who's the one that's
McCharm.
not able to...
I think that's
Yeah, who's the one
McCharm.
that's... Yeah, it is, it is. Who's the one that's not able to get into the game?
I don't know. We're alt a Blissey team.
Oh,
I think that's...
yeah.
We're not a Blissey team. Benchwarmer.
They gotta stop banning Blissey, is what this means. Can't have that 100% Blissey ban rate so far that we've had in the league.
Yeah, maybe it'll end today because they're not.
I think
a
all the
Blissey.
Blissey bans are target bans on me, the caster.
Wow.
Probably. Would be my guess.
All bans, period, are target bans on me, though, so. He's in! He's in!
Well,
It's
all of
works.
them except my characters, yeah.
Looks like we're gonna have a game here, folks. Everyone cheer. I want to see a standing ovation. Yuckers!
Nice, it was Yuckers! Oh, it was Yuckers!
Of course it was Yuckers, man. Alright. AJ, if you don't mind doing the ready check. I mean, I guess you don't get to cast this game. But you get to cast some of it if you want.
Yeah, I'll be here
and
for
he's
a
gone.
moment. No, we lost Yuckers!
Either way, if you can give me a ready check.
We got Yuckers!
Yeah, Yuckers.
What's the other one?
Shiggy wiggy. Midnight greafers. We can get right back into the set.
Yucker's the demon.
Yeah. True. True. Alright, for anyone
my
curious
gosh.
of the names
By
again.
the way, Max, I gotta give you this shout out because this is insane. Somebody in McChar's chat says, "Good luck, guys. I'm gonna watch IMAX stream." Whoa.
Yes, sir. Who was it?
It was Ace.
Ace. Oh my god. The goat
Yeah.
himself.
He's your goat.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's see if we can get underway. Did they say ready or no?
No.
Okay.
Let me ask Slimp real quick. It looks like Midnight Griefers is ready, but
Yeah, let me just put it in the lobby as well.
Mr. GG's in time for a BO3.
Time for a BO3. I'd allow it if they wanted a handshake.
Rio. Alright.
R. He changed his fucking tag to R. Do I take that as go?
That is optimal. Alright, yeah, they're ready. They're ready.
Alright. I'm queuing it. Okay. We've got Shiggy Wiggy on your left side, and Midnight Griefers on
We're
your
gonna see that
right.
Charizard ban that always happens? Yes, here we
We do
go.
see Charizard. See if we can not have a Blissey ban this time, potentially for the
I'm
first
really
time.
excited to see Mikchar play Charizard if he does get it. Oh, there's the Blissey ban.
Well,
In one of these games.
they're not a
Because
Blissey team, but they get
he is
banned
like one of the
anyway.
best Charizards, so that would be really cool to see.
Ho-Oh ban, super interesting. That's two of the big
We're not in our team.
two of the big benefactors from the patch, the Charizard and the Ho-Oh getting banned out. It's
Yeah, I think
interesting to see.
those are very strong.
And on
I
right
also
side,
think
we
Alcremie-
see bands that are
Alcremie
very
is up.
normal that you would expect
Alcremie
pre-patch.
and Suicune and Duck are all up. Let's see which one gets 1P'd here as after the Duck nerfs and Creamy nerfs. Suicune did not get touched though. So
Yeah, it is the
here's that.
Suicune.
No, you can't play that guy.
Galaxy switching to Suicune, so it might be Suicune on the tank instead of the support here. And we'll
Yeah,
see.
maybe. We will see. Or it could be a bait.
They
You
leave
never
the
know.
Cream as well, and we could have Cream plus the Suicune. Lax is a good pick. The Floatstone on the Lax is not something you see that much, but it is not bad. It's a good item. Curious to see how much roaming this Lax does, though, because that Floatstone means that he's probably going to be looking in the enemy jungle a good bit and looking up topside to help his team out.
Yeah, we do have the Alcremie pickup with the Suicune, which is pretty strong. But it's good to take away Alcremie from that Lax. We could have got the Alcremie Lax combo as well on Midnight Griefer's side. But we do still have that Duck. Let's see if he's practiced with that Duck. The new changes on it. Maybe he's disabled. You never know.
We do
have Mikchar on that
very,
Blaziken. He's been practicing it.
very strong support cores on both teams. Suicune, Alcremie with Duck Lax is like crazy.
Yeah.
Both teams going to have very
really
strong HPs.
Okay, you are looking at this Absol here. What do you think of this Raichu walk-in?
I'm a big fan of the Raichu here. I think it's one of the mages that can kite really well into the Saru and the Blaziken. I think it's actually very strong, especially with the Absol and the Serena already
he's also
locked
pretty
in.
good at dodging this new Duck.
The Absol and the Serena already being locked in means that it's going to be hard for Midnight Griefers to pick like a Sniper Mon here. So we see them with the A9, probably to deal with the Serena and the Absol. Although it looks like a Veil build potentially on the A9. We do see them changing items, so I'm curious to see whether we stick with that or it's going to be Blizzard.
Yeah, for sure.
They do change off the Rapid Fire Scarf, so it's likely going to be Blizzard from the A9, actually. Which is what I would like to see. I mean, that's what I think is correct here.
Yeah.
For sure. The creamy items as well are a little bit weird. I'm thinking that probably, with the Focus Band and the Body Barrier, means that we're going the Shield move. I could be wrong, but...
Yeah, I would think so if you're Focus Band, because it's a bit selfish for a move. So you'll see.
Yeah. So, most likely, we're going to have Raichu, Suicune, with going bot side for Shiggy Wiggy, and Serena, Alcremie in the top side with the Absol and Jungle. And for Midnight Griefers, we're going to see Duck, Blaziken top side, I imagine, or potentially Blaziken jungle, but I think it's probably going to be the Ceruledge in the jungle with the Snorlax and the A9 in the bot lane. Any matchups there that you're particularly interested for in the lane phase?
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see how early this arena gets online, especially with the early game of Alcremie into this Blaziken, because it definitely matters about these support secures and how well they play in this top lane to get their carries online, their scalers.
Yeah, on one side having the Duck versus the Creamy is definitely favored for the Duck side.
Yeah, most definitely. But that Blaziken almost goes down to that Alcremie boosted with the X attack on the Zarina.
Yeah, forced to use the eject
does
button.
Look like Blaziken was able to get away.
Yeah, but the result of that stack that he ends up getting, I mean, he gets the stack and gets out, but the result is the loss of this mid farm. Gonna mean the Serena has a little bit more XP. going into
Yeah.
mid bees. Or not mid bees, 850s. Absol sees where the
Absol is here
Sarah
lurking,
is,
has
he
some
knows,
vision on
but he
the-
gives vision back as well. Just going after the Blaziken.
Ignores completely for this kill on the Blaziken, though. And goes down for it as well with that Saru.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate. A little bit too greedy for the Blaziken. He knows where the Sarah is and still doesn't quite respect the damage that it can do after using all its moves. And big play from the Blaziken as well to prevent the reset on his death with the Pursuit, which is what allows the Sarah to come in and get the kill. Pursuit obviously resetting.
Yeah, I must say, Dari on that Psyduck there did really good, stunning that that Absol in that gank there. It does look like we have a mid fight coming in shortly. It looks like these E-balls are being set up on those bees that are gonna spawn, and we will see how quickly these go down with all those E-balls popping.
Yep, that's a heads-up Raichu play from Emotional Aid.
Yeah, they're just
something we see all the time.
Very quickly here.
Midnight Greafers having a lot of damage on all their mons, but Absol goes in face checking.
I don't know if you saw that. Absol tried to mid pursuit, get CC'd by that Surf there.
Wow.
And just was able to cancel that pursuit with that Surf. That was very impressive.
Yeah, I didn't even catch
Dari
that.
that
Big
duck.
shout to Dari on the duck. Dari duck. It's like a Darkwing duck, but without the dark or the wings, and with Dari.
All right.
What do you think?
I'm gonna quickly move us to Astro's VC.
Okay. We have 7.
I think that's great, man. What do you think about this? These skills happening.
Whoa. I got moved around. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello. What do you think of these kills happening for Shiggy Wiggies here?
Goddamn, Shiggy's wigging him up. Is what I'm thinking.
And they're putting themselves in a nice point lead here.
Yeah, we did see Sarah come out and get nothing on bot side. He might have killed someone. I don't remember. I was too busy being dragged around. But that does mean that there's no Sarah ult when we have Absol and Raichu ult for Shiggy Wiggy, so this bottom objective should definitely favor them. Which is what we see happening.
Most definitely, especially with this Absol going in and getting clean kills with that Raichu in the backline.
Yeah, and the problem that happens there is that they use this Sarah ult, getting some value and putting themselves with a decent lead, and then they ended up thinking that they were ahead because they had just won the previous few interactions and going a little bit too far, not realizing that the opponent has a lot more resources left because they didn't use them previously when they were winning interactions.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. They forgot that all their resources were gone after they won all those interactions, and now they have that Absol once again after those microcaps, and they kill that Saru.
Serena ult comes out top side. Big eject from the Blaziken to keep his life, but we see 4 people pushing this pad with 3 members of Midnight Greafers
and
not
the duck
currently
keeping
present.
them all from scoring here.
Yeah, and big, I think that was A9
passive
passive that ends up saving the day.
The A9 does to go down to the Serena, just in their speed flux zone, fighting all of them, and the goal gets broken by 25 on the Alcremie finally. But they did stall enough time, got some kills, and it looks like that Sarah will go down once again.
Yeah, and that's that heavy slam nerf as well. We would have seen Serena die if not for it. There, the damage not being quite enough from the Snorlax to kill the Serena. Okay, it's not looking amazing for Midnight Greafers, but it's not looking too bad. We do have Saralege and Blaziken, 2 mons that can definitely scale well here, and we do have both walls up, and having this top pad on 11 gives us something that we're maybe able to get soon here. But actually giving the bees...
Yeah, I definitely think that they could make a comeback here.
Yeah, and this farm is going to be huge for them to farm up on the Blaziken and the Saralege. I think this is a bit too aggressive, though.
And good luck with the rest of the games. Now is my time.
Alright, goodbye.
I'll be tuned in and watching the IMAX stream.
Oh boy. I'm alone. I'm so lonely. Oh, so lonely. I will say though, what I was gonna say is that I think it was a bit too aggressive from Midnight Griefers there. They the Snorlax pulls the Alcremie off. I haven't seen that. Holy shit, that was fucking funny. I think that was a bit aggressive there from Midnight Griefers earlier. When we see them having their bot bees and their walls spawning, they end up going to push this top pad, even with all the farm up. I would have loved to see them just take the farm on the Blaziken and the Cerulege. And this has been a common theme with Blazikens in this league so far, is he's the same level as his EXP shares at 3 minutes. Being only level 10 gonna mean that this Blaziken is not gonna have a huge impact in this game. Bot objective is just gonna be taken by Shiggy Wiggy. It's Slimp here, killing the duck with the Absol. Been a great Absol pilot this whole time. Shiggy Wiggy is going a little bit deep on this top pad, though. We might see this actually end up getting punished. But they're going to be split pushing. And just end up getting away with the bees from bot side. All in all, it's 1 kill for bees. The Alcremie ends up wasting his life to get his team those bot bees. As level 11 in this game, it's hit or miss. For sure. I'm not sure which team really got more value from that. But this is what I wanted to see before, is just we're taking our walls, we have our jungle up here to take, and we're actually going to be 15 probably on the Cerulege for Ray, if he hard farms, if he gets this top wall into the blue. But I think he might just be favoring positioning on the Ray, perhaps. I'd like to see them give Cerulege this top wall. I think it's more important than the Blaziken 12 here, to get your 15 on your Cerulege and maybe hit a big ult that can swing the fight. Well, it looks like they're going to favor the Blaziken levels, though. And we see Shiggy Wiggy getting good positioning, the E-balls to scout and get vision on where the enemies are positioned. And I think they know they're in this choke. And yeah, this is a really scary thing to walk into for Midnight Griefers. It's going to be hard for them to really make... And yeah, those E-balls hidden in the bush end up chunking the Snorlax to 1 HP. He's going to have to reset, and they're going to have to take a fight later. Still, level 14 on the Saru. We have bot wall here. While your team is resetting here, I think you could even go farm it. Left side team here does not have great rip or secure, especially into this team. I don't think they would ever be interested in flipping it. Okay, Serena could potentially be caught here. Huge psychic, but no damage dealers, so not going to end up doing anything. Blaziken is very chunked, and Midnight Griefers are just getting poked out. They're going to have to take another reset or commit to something right now, and they choose to commit. Serena ends up dying without the Unite in a trade for this Cerulege. And they end up, I mean... Midnight Griefers just doesn't have the staying power. They were all too low to actually make an impact. So, ends up being a few deaths. Oh, I think Galaxy on the Suicune here was trying to time the reset and cancel it at the last minute, but misses. Or, I mean, mistimes it slightly. Okay, Midnight Griefers walking into these evils again, and the Cerulege being their biggest level and their biggest carry is already chunked and just gonna die, probably. Yeah, we see him dying, and that's basically wraps for Midnight. I think it's almost impossible for them to bring back this situation. See if the Blaziken can maybe pull off a 1v5 spectacular, but I doubt it. Yep, that's the game. Shiggy Wiggy were in control basically the whole series, but definitely saw some shining hope from the Cerulege. I believe that's... Who is that? That is... I don't remember. Fuck. Where? I don't remember who the Cerulege is, because they changed their name. That's Saotori. Saotori Cerulege. Saotori Cerulege. Definitely the shining hope. But doesn't end up working out. I'd maybe like to see a change up on the A9 pick. Seemed like it wasn't actually able to catch out a lot of these mobile mons for Shiggy Wiggy. I think the biggest problem that we had was the fact that I think the biggest problem we had is how I think one of the biggest problems Midnight Griefers had. Okay, third time's the charm. Do you believe in me? Can I get through my sentence? Thank you. I believe in me too. Was the fact that the A9 was never there to follow up when the Duck hits a CC or the Snorlax as well. They're hitting a couple, good picks here and there, and you'd really love to see a Avalanche and Blizzard on that, but we just see the A9 not usually positioning with the other CC that can set up for itself, so it ends up lacking a lot of impact. I'd like to see that maybe a Mon switch up or maybe a gameplay switch up in the way that they're approaching the A9. Maybe something that can play by itself, or something, or maybe playing with the team more. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to deal with a couple technical things really quickly. Maybe make the stream a bit better. Changing a couple settings, but let's see. Okay, hopefully it's not quite as laggy. In game 2, I'm not sure how bad it was, but hopefully it'll be fine this time, and we'll see if everyone's ready. You want to move the orange bar. Okay, looks like we have R check from both teams, probably. Meaning, oh no, let me just say R question. Okay.
Make sure Midnight Griefers is first pick.
Oh, Midnight Griefers should be first pick. Did they say they want first pick?
They did.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, you can change it in the rules.
Which drop down is it in? Battle info?
Custom rules.
Custom rules? I don't have a custom rules. Oh, custom rules. I see it. Great bottom team. Alright, I got it. The custom rules have been changed.
Yeah, change draft priority to bot side.
I did already, I think. Unless I didn't hit save. Oh no, I did not hit save, I see.
Oh, well, make sure you hit save.
Okay. Have any matches been played, and if so, who won? Yeah, Shiggy Wiggy ends up winning the first game. No matches have been played entirely, but one game in this match has been played, and Shiggy Wiggy won, which is the top side team. Midnight Griefers is the bottom side here. Looks like we have an R from Shiggy Wiggy and an R from Midnight Griefers, so I'm going to start up the draft here. Of course, we're on a little bit of a time schedule, trying to get through it as fast as possible for our next set in a second, which is going to be Tempo versus No Sweat. Okay, I'm curious to see if we see any changes in the draft. Yeah, we see the Suicune ban immediately, not wanting to deal with that, and that makes a lot of sense. Galaxy was an absolute menace on the Suicune last game. Just huge stuns, playing it in the defender role better than I ever could, because I'm dog ass at that mon. So yeah, banning her out is a good idea. See what they first pick. Now being first pick, Midnight Griefers will get to choose a broken mon for themselves. There's plenty of them in the game right now, so we'll see what they choose. Blissey is going to be the choice with the leftovers. I know a few people that hate leftovers Blissey, but see if it works out. Galaxy again locking in the lax. Not again. Galaxy locking in the lax, taking it away from Yuckers, I believe, played it last game. And this game is going to be Galaxy. But yeah, making him have to play something else, as well as taking probably the most prio defender right now for sure. And we see Duck as well from them. Then into the Raichu and the Buzzwole. Raichu pick taken away from Emotional Aid as well. They were walking into a lot of those Evols last game not really prepared for the fact that they could be in the bushes, so I understand taking away his Raichu for sure. You know, not having something they want to play about. I'd like to see something that can just, you know, hide in a bush really well. Like this Blaziken is a good option. Taking it away again. We see like sort of a switch of the draft here. A lot of the picks that were on Shiggy Wiggy last game have gone to Midnight Griefers, and a lot of the picks that were for the Midnight Griefers have gone to Shiggy Wiggy. Huge Desi pick, and that's why last pick is really good sometimes, because you can see picks like this. Desi is going to be really, really big in this game, I think. I don't think Midnight Griefers has anything that can deal with this Desi at all. I mean, you're going to have to get on it with Buzzwole somehow, but it's going to be really hard with the Duck and the Lax, and also just Desi being able to, you know, Buzzwole not being a speedster, not having as much mobility as a lot of things that can kill Desi will not be easy to find its way next to the Mon. Same with this Mewtwo probably being one of the best things to take it down. All three of the carries from Midnight Griefers can take down the Desi, win in melee range, but it's going to be really difficult for any of them to get there. And Desi should just go infinite here. I think this draft really favors Shiggy Wiggy, and it's going to be a big uphill battle for Midnight Griefers in this game. But we'll see if they're able to make it happen. Obviously, if they get levels early, potentially before this Desi even hits 7, then they'll be able to walk their way onto it a lot easier. Especially also if we see them break T1s, is something that I would be trying really hard to do for Midnight Griefers. We saw them break 0 T1s last game, and if they're able to get those T1s down this game, it could be huge having the Desi not have anywhere to run back to. But Shiggy Wiggy's comp is not entirely hinged on this Desi either. It's got a lot of good options with the Blaziken and the Miraidon as well. I'm curious to see what move we'll see this Miraidon go. Probably going to be the Charge Beam for another ranged option. And just, it's going to be very hard for Midnight, in my opinion. Watching top lane here, Blissey gets the farm over the Blaziken. Blaziken does get 1 stack. Buzzwole, I believe, gets a stack as well here. So we're just trading sides. Blaze outsecures Blissey for 1 more, and the Buzzwole outsecures. So we see the same number of stacks for both top laners here, and the same level as well. Able to dodge Fell Stinger there with the eject button. The Raichu being here a little bit faster than Desi makes sense, as the clear is a bit faster, and we see 3 top for both teams. This should be very favored for Midnight, actually, even though Shiggy Wiggy's comp, I think, is favored in the late game. Having 3 E-balls on when the bees spawn, and I think they get everything there. Not even the big going to Shiggy Wiggy, as far as I could tell. Slimp stands on that E-ball, and yeah, they're able to push really well. He doesn't get the berry fast enough and gets ejected on by the Buzzwole with the Fell Stinger. Buzzwole going pretty deep here, but should never get punished for doing so. Probably will be able to get it in his 12 and get a lot of stacks here. And this is what I mean when I say the early game could work really well for Midnight Griefers. If they're able to keep this up and keep up the momentum throughout the game, it's definitely possible for them to snake a win. But if one thing goes wrong, Shiggy Wiggy will instantly have a favored game state. Because once they make one mistake, one slip up, and Shiggy Wiggy gets a little bit of favor, their composition will just be impossible to deal with. 4-man mids, 4 Midnight Griefers. Mewtwo getting that level 6, Miraidon being level 7, so the bot lane EXP has been favored for Shiggy Wiggy here, something we haven't really been looking at on this stream. Mewtwo is going to go down to the charge beam, getting a little bit too presumptuous, trying to, I don't know, sneak in a little bit of damage or something. Popping X attack as well. It was a weird play by the Mewtwo. You're never going to be able to kill anyone there. So I think he just wanted to chunk the Miraidon maybe, get a berry advantage, take a positive trade, but it doesn't work out. And ends up dying for it as well, not able to juke the charge beam. 3 bot versus 4 bot here. We did have the top pad broken, which is good for Midnight Griefers. But the level 7 now on Desi, and it already begins hard to play with. You can see this Mewtwo taking so much poke just for trying to hit one side strike. Buzzwole does come down, and it looks like they're going to play 5 bot lane for Midnight Griefers here. This is a huge risk, but we could see it be rewarded or potentially not rewarded, and the Buzzwole already dies, so it's not looking great for them. It's going to be really hard to push this and do something. Yeah, especially with the Miraidon ult. Raichu goes down and they lose both lanes, and this is what I mean. I think this game is going to become incredibly hard for them from this point. We see a bigger... we see a big cap from the Blaziken leaving the top pad on low, and I'd like to see them leave this top pad up for Midnight. Yeah, just going here and taking the mid Bs into top rotation potentially. Watching the spot objective as well, these snipes from both of the sniper mons are just so big, and it's going to be really hard. They might be able to get this objective, but pushing onto this T1 in the bot pad is going to be really difficult. Yeah, and now the Blaziken comes down after farming a little bit and is able to get his team a good, strong advantage here. They break bot pad. I like to see this. I'd like to see them leave this top pad up for a long time, go in the jungle, do whatever. Blaziken can get top wall, top Bs. There's jungle up for the Desi after these Bs. It's just a huge farm advantage now based on all the map rotations and everything that's up as well. For Shiggy Wiggy, it's looking very, very, very good. I would really hate to be Midnight Griefers here. Even though this game state doesn't look too bad in terms of levels or in terms of score, the real problem is that they're behind in a composition that's supposed to lose late game and only has winning chances in the early game. Yeah, big shackle. Blaziken potentially going too far, but the Duck passive saves him from the Ice Fang. And they do end up breaking this pad. I would have liked to see it stay up for longer. 25 going in on bot side. Well, the break happens as well. Miraidon ult and Mewtwo ball. I mean, this Mewtwo is so underleveled. Just look at it. It's going to be very, very little damage coming from the bot attack. World Pink Sea. Maybe even could have been better on that A9 again that I said was a bad pick in the first game. But this Mewtwo looks horrible. Like, it's just doing nothing. And it's just because the XP has been going so bad for it. Buzzwole comes in, Blissey comes in, but they miss the move on the Buzzwole. Slimp is able to eject out on Desi. And now, again, Mewtwo here is just B-pressing the Bs during all this action. It gets one big side strike, but no follow-up, and is probably going to get taken down by a Snipe or the Shadow Sneak from this Desi. Lax has been solo farming the bot Bs, taking away that XP from Midnight Griefers. I mean, they have bot wall, they have top wall, but so does Shiggy Wiggy. Shiggy Wiggy has their whole jungle up, as well as the mid Bs that they're able to take for free because the map pressure is so incredibly fucked for Midnight. I mean, Midnight Griefers here, you have to be scared to walk out of your jungle because you could just get hit by an arrow wherever you walk. They'll see you before you see them. And it's terrifying, you know? I'm gonna drink water. Glug, glug, glug. Oh boy, I enjoyed that. 5-man grouping for Midnight Griefers. They're probably looking for some sort of team fight here because that's I mean, about all they can do is try and catch out these attackers, even though it's hard for them to do so. It still is possible, and that's their way back into this, is if they're able to find catches on the attackers here. But this team fight goes about how you would expect it to go. We see the Blaziken almost dying. Would have been a good pick, but all the XP would have gone to the Mamoswine anyway, so never really risky for Shiggy Wiggy here. I mean, they just... you can't hate it from Midnight Griefers either. You can't say it was a bad play to try and team fight because it's about all they have now. And they're going to have to look for one big one at the Rayquaza when it spawns up here in 30 seconds. Hear that? 3-0. We got Ducky Wucky giving a little fucky wucky to these bees. I mean, Altarias. He might have a bit of a thing for birds, like Starlight, but does end up favoring these enemy team to give a fucky wucky as the Ducky Wucky with instead of the birds. And Rayquaza spawns up. Let's see what goes on here. Midnight is pushed out on positioning again, just like last game. They're not able to find that positioning. Safeguard's already used up, and it's going to be impossible into the Miraidon Desi. How are you supposed to walk into this pit? I'd like to see them maybe 5-man through topside into the enemy jungle. Could be a way to play this situation, but they don't. They just end up walking forward, and Buzzwole ends up dying, trying desperately to get onto the Decidueye. Mamoswine does the same, and even though their hopes of potentially catching Desi or Miraidon or one of these squishies out, they do it without any like flanking or game planning. They're just walking forward. They just ended up walking forward into the Rayquaza, and it's not gonna work out when there's so much frontline that you have to walk through. They're just walking straight through, you know? That's what I was saying when I say 5-man potentially walking up through topside is what I would look for in that situation. Because if there's one person in this like top left L or something, you could potentially get a pick here walking into it as 5-man. And either way, you can get around maybe into this jungle bush and try to watch for maybe Desi walking through here unsuspectingly. But that doesn't end up happening, and this game's over. Shiggy Wiggy go up 2-0. Their draft is really strong here. And if you're Midnight Griefers, I might even want to see them potentially take the second pick away from Shiggy Wiggy, because they did have such a strong counter pick, and I wouldn't be surprised if Slimp could pull out many different kinds of counter picks. We saw him on the Absol game 1, and now on this Decidueye, killing it both times. I think that having a flexible player like himself on this last pick is going to be really hard to deal with for Midnight Griefers, and that's why I would like to see them pick up the second pick here. Getting 2 of the strong things that have been let through draft as well, because there's been at least 3 very, very strong picks let through every time in this draft so far. So, we'll find out. If they opt for the second pick or the first pick again, like they did this game. Mid, you'll have to let me know, because I don't want to check Discord for fear of lagging my stream. So, if you don't mind telling me what if I need to swap the sides or anything, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll do. I'm just entering in all this information really quick. And
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. But yeah, that was game 2. I'm gonna talk a little bit less right now.
So something that I don't know if you actually pointed out, but that was our first Blissey game, and now Blissey has a 0% win rate in our league.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Blissey had been banned every single game heading up to that one, but it does. Any other statistics that you noted, or?
No, other than Desi did have a 100% win rate until our final game of the Secret Tech series, but Slimp looked, amazing. That was a great Desi pick there. That was an amazing Desi pick there. It seemed like Midnight Griefers had absolutely nothing that could even contest the Desi. Once it hit, Midnight Griefers looked really good early game, but as soon as that Desi hit level 7, it was just a snowball from there.
Yeah. And that was the problem with that draft screen, yeah. They had so much poke, yeah. Like Tilty says in the chat, Shig had so much poke, Midnight Griefers gets outraged 100% of the time, yeah, pretty much. Kyle says he hates Bissy, I think is what he said, and I hate him for that, but I hate him either way, with or without that, because he just sucks. Kyle is the worst. Am I right, chat?
Kyle is the worst.
I think
So
we
it
have
looks like Midnight Griefers wants to keep first pick, and they are ready.
Okay, sounds good. We have an R check from both teams, so I'm going to start it up. See what draft is like this game. I'd like to see Royal Pink Sea pick up potentially a new attacker pick. Both the A9 and the Mewtwo were a bit disappointing in my opinion. No, Max, I'm saying Bissy gets hated on. Just like you, Kyle, just like you. Blissey banned this time. Not happy with how it performed for them playing it, so they end up banning it, not wanting the other team to have it. Charizard banned out as well, and Snorlax. Galaxy getting target banned 2 games in a row, leaving the Suicune up, probably going to one-piece Suicune here, if I imagine. Probably going to one-piece Suicune and double taking away Galaxy's picks. Those tank picks from Galaxy have been so impactful these games, and it's clear to tell by Midnight Griefer's response to them. I'll see what Galaxy ends up playing in Game 3 here. I'd like to see maybe even a Crustle. I think it's really good into that Suicune, and I know that she has one in her bag, but we'll see. Duck and Raichu look like they're going to be the picks. Raichu being really good in Game 1, and then getting taken away. But coming right back. They didn't like having the Raichu taken away, and they want to pick it earlier this time. Taking Absol and Blastoise. Really interesting. Yeah, it looks like they are hovering the Crustle here. Maybe we'll... No, just hovering it for a swap. See what Galaxy ends up locking in. Gonna be Umbreon. Nope, gonna be Crustle. Like I was saying. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I predicted where she would go. I mean, Galaxy is a great defender player, so I'm not surprised that she locks in Crustle here. I'm a big fan of the pick. Good into the Blastoise, good into the Suicune. Very good into this Blaziken if they do pick it. And Espeon from Royal Pink Sea this game. No. Man, I'm really good at calming things before they happen. Looks like we have Pikachu and Phalanx. With a last pickup. Slimp, I believe, will have a counter picker too for that Phalanx. But we won't have any range issues for Midnight Griefers this time, having the Absol to discourage something like a Decidueye. Slimp ends up going with Greninja. Meaning that unless we see triple Axel, there actually won't be any Phalanx counters. See if it'll be able to come unchained by not having any counters and potentially do a lot of work. Blastoise going to take off EXP. Probably going to see EXP share on the Pikachu with the damage Blastoise. Or not damage, but the no EXP share. The Ray Tank. Famously named after Ray W. But yeah, this draft is super interesting. It's a lot less one-sided than last time. And if you're Midnight Griefers, this is kind of what you're hoping for. The draft isn't obviously in their favor. They didn't outdraft or anything like hard. But I'd say even potentially it's slightly favored for them. I actually do really like this Phalanx and this Absol with the Pikachu and the Blastoise. I think it's actually really strong draft for Midnight Griefers. Potentially we'll see them be able to take this game. But they're going to have to fight through a really hard team when it comes to Shiggy Wiggy being very dominant in the first 2 games. I'm very excited to see the Phalanx pick, though. That's what I'm most excited for. I'm also excited to see this Crustle because despite the draft being a little bit weaker from Shiggy Wiggy this game, I do really like the Crustle pick here. I think it has a lot of very good matchups in this game and is a very strong pick. See if Galaxy is able to hit a lot of these walls. Could definitely make the game swing in Shiggy Wiggy's favor. Yeah, I'm going to watch this Crustle in the bot lane. We have Pikachu versus Pikachu here. Of course, one of them being the Raichu. And one of them being EXP share on the Pikachu with the Blastoise. Rocky Helmet Crustle, I don't know if I like Rocky Helmet Crustle here. I probably would not put on Rocky Helmet. We didn't get to catch it, but Serena, I believe, just gets punished for trying to stack. I didn't quite catch whether he was actually trying to stack or not, or what happened, but he does die on the Serena, Mr. Mystic TG here. We'll head down back to bot path. Looks like bot lane's going pretty evenly. We have 4 from both of the carries and 3 on both the XP shares. See if this Crustle will hit 4 before the bees. That could swing things for sure. Top lane, we have both of these junglers. I don't think either of them have found each other's positions yet, so it's going to be interesting to see if who shows first. This Absol does see the Psyduck walking out of the bush, but I don't think he saw where the Greninja was, and he goes in very early onto the bee. Not sure whether he got reset or not. It looks like he did. These Gren clones are definitely going to fuck up the pursuit here. And just going to be a trade. Looks like most of the bees went to Shiggy Wiggy, but no kills going either side. The eject button is forced out from Blastoise, though, which is going to be a very important resource. It's going to be very hard for this War Turtle to play into the Crustle as well. Without the eject button, it means that he can't use his dash sparingly. He has to keep it up in case he gets walled in, because this Raichu could definitely kill him if he gets caught lacking without a dash in the wall. Okay. 4-man rotation from Midnight Greafers. Absol ends up living, and they do manage to just get these bees and get out the heist of a century. It's Megahorn no retreat from the Phalanx. I was expecting a beat-up Ironhead game, but we'll have to see how this does. I think that's a lot more interesting. We do have mobility in the side of Serena and Raichu. A lot of mobility here from Shiggy Wiggy, so we'll have to see if they're actually able to catch them with the Megahorns. Of course, it does great damage and will be very strong if they're able to hit them, but it's going to be interesting to see whether the Megahorns will be able to land onto the enemy team. Like there, we see the Serena already just dodging it immediately. And killing, solo 1v1, killing the Phalanx in the top lane. Bot lane is more of the same. Shiggy Wiggy are pushing out. They're not quite killing anyone, but they're getting a lot more farm, getting the contesteds, and just going to be starving Midnight Griefers just so little bit. This Absol is the only person in the entire game with ultimate right now, though. We'll see if they end up being able to maybe make a play here on the top side with it. I would have loved to see potentially this Absol having the Unite move be back down in the bottom path and play a 5-man rotation, but they do look like they're able to secure it anyway. Probably just going to head back to the pad, but maybe not as they do push up. I'm wondering if they'll actually be able to withstand this push, or if this Greninja ult is going to be too much. Seeing the Shuriken come in, but is met with a Volt Tackle setting up for the Megahorn here. And maybe that's what they're going for. They're going for the hard CC into the Megahorn. Not able to quite push the pad, but it is very favorable for Midnight Griefers, as well as the Absol ends up using his ult probably on the Serena in the top path, which allows him to get the objective and push in the 40. Yeah, big by the Blastoise. Absolutely insane. They are able to just push back from Shiggy Wiggy onto the pad. They end up breaking the pad, but not without cost, as they all end up dying as a result. See if this Blastoise is able to get this 40 in before the Crustle Wall comes in and stops it, and it is just barely. 40 more left on that pad, and points-wise, that's not a great exchange, but the levels are going to be huge as everyone goes down to the Blastoise, just a minute before. Mid-Bs, we see Absol clearing out one. Looks like all the smalls were taken by someone beforehand. Serena getting the top wall, and Absol just going with the jungle. These farm rotations are a little bit weird, but the top pad is being left completely undefended for Midnight Griefers. We'll see if anyone is able to capitalize on it, but they seem to be going up there just in time. But the bees on top lane, those 550 bees, perhaps we don't know bee timers amazingly, and we ended up letting those slide over to Shiggy Wiggy. Who are pushing top pad here from Shiggy Wiggy. The Pikachu comes out with the Suicune in tow, and big CC just means that this pad is most likely going to be defended. We do see Serena on the T2 able to take down the Phalanx, who's only level 9, and it's very lackluster from this performance on this Phalanx so far, having, the same level as your EXP share Suicune and lower than your Pikachu, going down on your T2, but the Serena is going to have a not very favorable trade when he did do that. See what happens in the Secure. It's Absol. Gonna take it with the ult. Of course, that's RNG based, but they just weren't able to put any solid, damage on it during the Absol ult. It can be very hard to outsecure that move, even though it is completely RNG. It completely tick damage. Reliant, because the tick damage is so fast, it's hard to actually weave in your burst at the right time versus the Absolute Unite. It looks like they tried to get a few caps, but are going to end up leaving before anything too drastic happens. And I like that decision from Midnight Griefers. This is a much stronger performance for them, and I think a lot of it relies on that draft. The draft is looking much better for Midnight Griefers. We'll see if they're actually able to close this one out. But this is going about how I expected on the draft scheme. This Absol is 14. And the only thing that's looked very lackluster here is the Phalanx. Maybe be able to do something important in this late game, but we'll have to find out. Absol greedily goes after the Greninja without his team even looking at him. Perhaps we could have seen like some stun or something. I think as the Absol there, you have to be patient and wait for the CC from the Pikachu or the Suicune to potentially follow up on something rather than trying to make your own engage. But he goes in by himself and ends up going down, which is really bad. That's a level 14 kill given over. We see the Serena probably going to be 14 for Ray now, and this Greninja as well. So the XP actually goes drastically in the favor of Shiggy Wiggy now, as well as the score, because of one mistake. Of course, that absolute catch ends up leading to this top pad being taken as well. Hard to really defend it without the Absol. Okay, bot objective looks like it's going to be taken by Shiggy Wiggy. Absol potentially lining up for this back cap. Could be really strong putting them in the lead. But he doesn't. He's just going to sit in this bush. The bush that I was talking about last time. Maybe the Greninja or the Raichu will end up getting a little bit complacent here or not realizing that there could be someone there and walk by it is his hope, but doesn't end up happening. He's still out of vision here on the Absol, but the entire fight is breaking out with ults everywhere, every which way. And Absol just ults the duck alone. And gets hit by this Greninja ult and these shurikens and will probably die. As well as, everyone else died too. And that's tough. That's rough. That's rough and tumble. It's tough to see. Big bag of wheat swinging out debris. No steal. Yeah, game 3. Was that game 3? Yeah, it's going to be a 3-0 for Shiggy Wiggy, most likely. Of course, there is a whole minute left. This is actually a winnable game, but it's going to be really, really difficult having to stop these caps and repush. Not be able to stop the caps. There's still a minute. It's potentially repushable, but it's really, really, really difficult for the side of Midnight Griefers. Most likely going to be a 3-0 for Shiggy Wiggy, especially seeing the shield on the Raichu and the Gren not having shield, but the Duck does. Going to be an over 500 point lead here if the duck points go in, and that's going to be just impossible for Midnight Griefers to substantiate, but doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a 3-0. 3-0. Midnight Griefers looked a lot better with this draft, but Shiggy Wiggy just had the advantage of gameplay compared to the draft screen advantage that they had in game 2. The advantage of good gameplay. Yeah, Shiggy Wiggy just playing the game better. What it comes down to at the end of the day. Draft is part of the game, but outside of draft, they played it better. Even though I did like the Midnight Griefers draft quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know about the move choice on the Phalanx, though. Like I was saying in the beginning, I would have loved to see a beat up and an Iron Head, potentially to help set up, I mean, I think the idea behind the Megahorn was that it would be able to capitalize on the stuns from the Pikachu and the Suicune and the Blastoise to actually land those hits despite the mobility from Shiggy Wiggy. But they weren't really there to capitalize on those stuns when they did end up happening. Okay, I don't think that I should do... Normally I would do like a little interview perhaps to one of the people, but I think that most likely we're going to have to just jump right into the next game as soon as we can, because they've been waiting 15 minutes for this set to finish so they can start their set and have it be streamed. So
yeah, we're not going to be able to do our interview this time.
Yeah, we're just going to hop right into the next game. There's immediately going to be another set. It's going to be Tempo versus No Sweat.
So we can have like 2 separate VODs to send to the teams?
Oh, you want me to end stream and start it again?
If you can, just so
yeah, I can. I can just end it and then immediately start it. I can change the title really easily there too. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to end the stream then, and I will start a new one for the next game. Make sure to fuck it, subscribe, bro, and do a bunch of other shit, and then you can go to my channel from your subscriber page and click on the new stream. Demon. All right, goodbye. But also, hello again in a second.